All right, day 8 of the vlog. Keeping in with the theme of beginning of the year things and how you're setting up your classroom and how you're connecting with your students, that I talk about my social justice library. And so this is a collection of books that I have that are available for students and available for colleagues to check out and to take home and read and get into. That things that have helped me on my journey to understand different perspectives and things that I just have enjoyed. So, yeah, one of the big 3 things. I love graphic novels. I think graphic novels are an excellent way to teach students about history and about different events and about different perspectives, especially for students that don't see themselves as readers. They don't read for fun. So the March series, right? So this is written by John Lewis, the famous freedom writer, civil rights activist, current U.S. House of Representative member, and goes through his journeys on the lunch counter sit-ins, on the freedom rides, on the Bloody Sunday March in Selma, and just does an amazing job of capturing those events in history. And this is a person who is still alive today that our students can go online and see his current speeches and what he's talking about and how he's been fighting for this for 50, 60 years of his life and is continuing to do so even in his older age. And so I think that's a fantastic piece to add to your set for students. A couple other graphic novels that I like to have. I have Kindred. Incognegro is a great one. Sometimes I just go with regular comics. Black Panther series is fantastic by Ta-Nehisi Coates. So just get things that your kids want to read, and then try to make sure that you diversify your classroom library for different perspectives. So Sherman Alexie's, this is a local author, so absolutely true Diary of a Part-Time Indian, has Native American perspective. You want to make sure that you have Latinx perspective. Indigenous populations in other places of the world, Islamic perspectives, just really making sure that you're cognizant of what you're putting in your classroom, what you're suggesting for students to read, because the default in literature that our classes usually read in America are white, right? It's a white perspective, or even if it is a perspective or a story about people of color, like To Kill a Mockingbird, or features a character of color like Huckleberry Finn. These classic books tend to continue the perpetuation of stereotypes and kind of pigeonhole every person of color's experience into a white perspective. And so make sure that the authors that you have in your library and the characters that you have in your library are people of color and that they come from different backgrounds, different perspectives. Pay attention to the gender dynamic of how many characters you have that present male heroes as opposed to female or transgender heroes, and just always be intentional with what you're putting in your classroom to make sure that your students get a well-rounded outlook on who are the heroes of literature and whose stories are important. It's absolutely key. So thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.